Good morning, students. So, today we are going to learn about the third functional area of management, that is production management. Okay. So, what is production, students? Production is the creation of utilities. Okay. What is utilities? The final end product. Okay. For meeting human wants. See, students, before, long decades back, people used to sit on the floor, right? People used to sit on the floor, and then some inventor, some entrepreneur decided that there should be some innovation. So then he built up a chair, okay, for the ease of a human being, right? And that is for improving the standard of living of the person, right? So students, what I'm trying to tell you is why production activities being carried out in an organization is because to create utility, something of value to a human want. Okay, so here students, in an organization, men, material, equipment are used for the creation of goods which can be used for different purposes. Okay, so production is a process where the inputs are converted into outputs. Okay, so you have previously studied about materials management, wherein there was an input, that is raw material, then it goes into work in progress, and that work in progress is known as the production process, and then there is final end product or finished product that has been ready. Okay, so the production manager's role here is to plan for units to be produced. See students, in an organization, okay, in an organization, we can't just simply buy the raw materials, right? We have to plan it out. We have to plan out according to the demand and supply in the market for the product of what the company is actually selling. So after we analyze the demand, okay, and then we have to purchase the raw material, that much units have to be produced, and then it has to be supplied in the market. So understand the demand and analysis, and on that basis the production management or manager works out, okay, his business. So there are certain benefits of production management. Firstly, it helps to make optimum use of resources. Do you agree with this? Because see students, a production manager, okay, he will, I also inform that he, as a production manager, he has to see that there is no wastage of the raw materials. Okay, the process that he manufactures it, or the process of production, should be such that there is no wastage. Okay, so there should be marshalling of resources, or using the resources in optimum manner, using each and every part of the product. That is a good quality of a production manager. Okay, because he marshals the resources, and it's good for the environment too, right? Okay, even if a company or or an industry is using water, because water is so limited, right? So even if the country is using if the company is using water, it has to check that there is no wastage at anywhere, any place of the production process. So that means it's optimum utilization of resources. Second is it gives the right product at the right time to the customers. Yeah, I told you to study about the demand and analysis. So at checking the demand in the market, we have to supply the product to the customer. So right product at the right time, like for umbrella, like during rainy season umbrella is required, so manufacturing umbrella and selling it during the rainy season. So right product at the right time, that means that. Okay, smooth production process ensures continuous supplies of goods to customers. So students, in an organization, there should be the smooth functioning. Okay, they should function it in such a manner, and that is all in the heads of the production manager, how the production process is to be carried out. So if it's in orderly manner, then the supply to the customers will happen in orderly manner. There won't be shortage of the products to the human wants. And more better quality and regular supply of goods improves the goodwill too, right? There is a brand value, there is goodwill improved about the company. Okay, so if the production manager plans out it well, and there is good quality produced, so regular supply, and he is regularly supplying into the market, then there is goodwill created for the company, that this company's products are always available. Okay, and it creates a brand value for the company. And overall students, it helps to improve the productivity and the profitability. Okay, so productivity is it, because there is a production process, there is no monotonous work, and it happens in an orderly manner. So there is, everyone is productive at that point of time, everyone is doing their own work, and once they all do and the process is set up in appropriate manner, then there is profitability as well in the company. Okay, so there are certain functions of production management. First is design and development of production process. Okay, so students, into a company, when the production manager has to develop the production process, he has to first design it, and then designing the production process, because it requires a lot of effort, students, to plan out. If you have seen if you have visited any any company, like I'm sure you have visited Monjani's at least as a field trip maybe. So if you have seen in the Monjani's inside factory, there will be only one person, beating the eggs. There'll be only one individual who is, measuring something. There'll be only one person who is cutting the extra waste of the cake. There'll be only one person who is, the and if you just enter the Monjani's factory also, you'll see there is a line, and you can see the ingredients placed in such a manner that the final end product will be produced at the end. Okay, so till the end, the final production process, the final end product will be ready, but from the starting there is a process and how they are being laid out, and all this is in the mind of the production manager, how the process is actually to be carried out. Okay, second point is location, layout and provision of essential facilities. See students, while deciding the location, okay, of the company where the manufacturing is taken place is very very important, because at that place, students, the resources has to be available, like water should be there, electricity should be there, and there should be other benefits with regards to location. So location is also important for a manufacturing industry. Okay, the layout, how larger, or whatever place is being required to actually manufacture the product. So designing on the layout, and there are certain provision of essential facilities, like whatever is being needed for the production process, all that is being provided. Okay, so that he has to check upon a time in a timely manner. So production planning and control. See students, when they produce the product, also in the production process, they have to also plan it out and then also control it, so there is no wastage. Okay, even a production manager prepares a production budget, students, okay, as per the raw materials, and then the final end product that has to be ready, they prepare the production budget. Okay, and inventory control is of course controlling your opening stock, and then checking as per the FIFO and LIFO method, and then controlling the inventory as per the demand and supply in the market. Cost control and quality control, this is two of the most important factors that a production manager actually checks, because the cost has to be controlled, right? We cannot just sell any product without any profit margin. Okay, so students, while manufacturing the product, the cost has to be minimal. Okay, but that does not mean you give a low quality product. The quality should be good of the product, but then the cost, wherever we can save a little amount of money also, that will be helpful. So that is a point where production manager ponders upon to save the, to minimize the cost and increase the profit. Okay, and routing and scheduling of production activities, how it has to be routed about, how it has to be scheduled, all that has been decided by the production manager. Next is production research and development. Students, see, in the initial stage, there is a product life cycle, which we say there is introduction stage, where the like for example, take about a companies. Okay, let us take an example of Nokia. Okay, so the product life cycle, if you check, I'm sure every household, decades back, uh, maybe some time back, when there was no smartphone, the Nokia phone, every household had a Nokia phone. Okay, so the introduction stage is where they where they manufacture a new product. Then it goes through maturity stage. There is a saturation stage, and then it declining stage. So before reaching the declining stage, students, in the maturity stage, okay, they have to develop new product, they have to do certain research and development into the product. Like for example, Nokia, what they did, they had brilliant product actually. Even if you throw it from from a 10 floor building also, I'm sure it won't break, because it never used to break. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, where did Nokia went wrong with their manufacturing the product? So they started off producing the units of the Nokia, the simple phones. I don't know what it is called though, but so the Nokia products, phones were being introduced into the market. Everybody liked it. They manufactured a lot of units. After that, they certain kind of reached into a maturity stage or saturation stage, wherein they were saturated. Why? Because there were other companies like Samsung and other companies coming up, BlueBerry, and they were all coming up with touchscreen or smartphones, with Android versions. So then Nokia, what they did, they did not even develop, and they did not do any research about the market. They kept on manufacturing those old kind of phones. So there is they lost on the market. Okay, even till the end, when they were reaching on the saturation stage, they had gone through a declining stage as well, wherein they lost, when they were into losses. But still they developed a new, manufactured a new product, but it was with the Microsoft Office. Okay, so there again they failed. So very important for our companies, they have to do research. What does the market actually need, and then providing them that. Okay, so as per that, production research and development has to be carried out. Expansion and diversification, students, is regards to how a product can be, how the business can be expanded and diversified into different product lines. Okay, so if the company is manufacturing, say say one kind of a product, let's say for example, let's say for example, Patanjali products. Okay, they have they first off started off with this biscuits or whatever they started off with. So in biscuits also they had different kinds of flavors, right? So I'm not supporting anyone though, but I'm just giving an example that a Patanjali company has different lines of product line is there. So you'll see in shampoo there are different kinds and blah blah blah. Okay, so with regards to diversification, that means creating more product lines. Expansion means, having more production with the company. So that is a production manager. He plans it out as per the market, as per the demand and supply. He manufactures the products and creates more product lines if there is for the need of expansion and diversification. With regards to coordinating with other departments is also a very important function of a production manager. What he does is he has to definitely, coordinate with materials management, because the materials has to be purchased by the materials manager, right? Then he has to also coordinate with the finance manager. Why? Because he has to tell that this is the cost of the cost for the production process. Okay, and then the production manager also reports it to the top level management. So that was all about the production management. There is a process wherein the inputs are being converted into outputs. So that was all about production management, students. Okay, see you for next lecture. Okay, thank you everyone.